Alright, I got a lot of tomatoes from the garden. I need to make some sauce. I'm going to show you how I do it. Alright, I'm going to start out by cleaning the tomatoes. I'm going to put some vinegar in the water. It's like half and half. And we're going to soak the tomatoes in here for just a couple minutes. Just to get rid of anything we don't want in there. Alright, so I'm going to fill this up and we'll wipe them off and then I'll put them out on a towel. Got our tomatoes in there all cut up. Now we're going to do some onions. I don't like this end piece. Just seems weird. I'm going to put it in my little compost that we have. Alright, so normally I would say to do a garlic clove, or if you have to play around with your recipe, but I have minced garlic, so we're going to put that in there. Put a couple of nice big spoons full. Oh yeah, because I have a lot of tomatoes. Alright, so as I was saying before, this is not a particular recipe. I'm just learning how to make sauce myself and throwing things together. We're going to be putting some fresh basil that we grew from the garden. We also have some oregano we're going to put in there. And I think that's all. I made a batch already once. It was pretty good. I just threw things in there. But I'm going to cut this basil out. I'll put it over here so you can see it. Alright, I'm not going to put the stem, or not this little, wait a minute. I'm not going to put the hard stem in there, but there's a bunch of little leaves in there. I want to get all of that I can. And I'll probably put a little rosemary in there. I like to do a little rosemary. This smells amazing. Fresh basil. It's so easy to grow. I got that from my sister. She encouraged me to grow some herbs. This might be a little too much basil. We will find out. I'm going to put this whole leaf in there. Why not? It's looking good, guys. I don't think I'm going to do this whole oregano. Ooh, it smells strong. I think we'll dehydrate some of it and put it in a seasoning container. I think that's what we'll do. Because I bet you this, even though it's one leaf, it's probably a lot of seasoning right here. It feels weird. It feels velvety. This is a different kind of oregano. There's a couple different kinds, I guess. I feel like it's cumin oregano. I could be wrong. Somebody gave it to us, the plant. Well, we picked off a little piece of the plant and then we grew another plant with that piece. Ooh. All right. There it is. We got our basil, oregano, garlic, onion, and our tomatoes. We're just gonna put this on low, and I'm gonna probably cook it overnight with the lid on it. But I did learn from the last batch I made, or I'm pretty sure it took forever to cook because I had the lid on it. Once I took the lid off of it, the water evaporated a lot better and actually became a sauce. Before then it was more like a soup. But I'll do it with the lid on it, and then when I wake up I will take the lid off. But normally they say it could take anywhere from like, I think 6 to 8 hours on low. So yeah, there it is. I'll show you the final product. We'll show you how to sterilize the canning jars and how to can them. All right, let's see what this looks like. Yep, I'm gonna cook it off of, oh shoot, I should have stirred it some more last night. Look at all that water. Seems to happen, I feel like, because the lid is on probably. So I'm gonna cook it with the lid off and see how it turns out. I'm gonna stir all the ingredients up in there. Looks good. It's just too watery right now. See? Alright, it's about time to start canning. The tomatoes are just about done. I have this thing here I bought. It just, you put it on the bottom of the pan. This is going to be the pan I'm going to use. We're going to sterilize the jars, and we're just going to put this on the bottom of the pan just so it's not, the jars are not touching the bottom, because I don't have a special canning pan. And we're going to put the jars in here, and it might not be quite deep enough, so I'll probably put some more water in there. We're going to put 6 jars in here. We're going to boil it for 10 minutes. Once it's started to boil, we're going to leave it on for 10 minutes. It sterilizes the jars. Didn't have to put more water in there because once I got all the jars in there, it went ahead to the top. So I'm going to boil this for 10 minutes. All right, these lids I'm going to put in just hot water for probably 10 minutes or so. You don't want to boil these. And then, or you don't need to boil these. And then the rings themselves, the rings, you don't need to even do anything with these at all. Put it in the hot water to sit. All right, let's see. While the jars are sterilizing, I'm going to use this immersion blender that I got, and we're going to blend the sauce so that all the skins disintegrate. Hopefully I don't make a mess. Put it right in here. I love this thing, an immersion blender. So we only have to do that a few minutes, and then this is going to pop right off. And then we're just going to clean it. That's all there is. Okay, so now I have all my supplies. I'm going to start canning. I left the glass in the pan here, the sterilizing, because I read somewhere that if you take it out and then you cool it down and then you put hot stuff in it, it can crack the jar. I've done it fine without that happening, but I don't know. I'm not really an expert. So I bought this handy little tool. I like it. It's a canning lifter. You can just grab the jar with this thing. It's so much nicer. Then I tried I was using tongs before. Man, that was a mess. Ah, burning myself. Let me see if I can move this over. There we go. I took the lids out of that bowl of water too, just for them to be able to dry out. I'll just do 2 for now, I guess. You don't want to fill it too full. Good. And you got to be careful of these glass jars too, because they're going to be hot. Just going to move this one over here. This one. All right, so I got them all jarred. So I'll go this way. Oh, there's hot. There's one last step that I found, that you have to put a tablespoon of lemon juice in each jar if it's a pint. If you have a quart jar, you want to use 2 tablespoons. So 1 tablespoon for a pint, which is what we're gonna do. I might have filled it too much. Now, it's all a learning process. It's okay if we're not perfect, I feel like. As long as we don't get sick, that's my main worry. That's the point of doing this. Oops, I think I put too much in that one. Anyways, the point of doing this is so the bacteria doesn't grow. But, you know, I feel like if you're canning, it's a low chance anyways, but we'll do it just in case. There we go. And then we are going to put the lids on. Whoa, I gotta wipe that one and this one too. All right, so we're putting the lids on. Hey. Oh, yeah, I had to get an extra jar out. I forgot, because I had too much sauce, so I got this extra jar here. And then you want to put the ring on there. You want it, you know, tight, but not too tight. You don't want to like seal it too hard. It's going to seal on its own anyways. So the final step is putting them back into this jar of water here. We're going to put it on the stove and boil it for 35 minutes for a pint. If you have a quart, you're probably going to do it like 40 minutes. And then after that, we'll put them on the towel and let it sit for about 24 hours. And when you take these out of this pan that's boiling, when you take it out, you'll hear these pop every so often, because that means they've really sealed down really good. So it's kind of cool just listening for the pop. But anyways, I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, once you water bath it and it seals properly, it won't do that. One other thing I forgot to mention is this one big enough? Yeah. We may have to take some water out of this pan, because when we sterilize the bottles, there was no weight to it basically, but now there's a lot of weight to it. So last time I did this, I went to put the jars in there, and I had to take out a bunch of water. So you might run into that. All right. I don't know if you can see that. Let me move the camera a little bit. It's not covering the lid, the water. I just dumped a little bit of the water out of there. There we go. Because I figured we would be overflowing if I didn't, and I think I was right because already now it looks like we have enough water. You only need enough water just to cover the lids, basically. Oh, got some sauce on the outside. Oh well, it's gonna get a bath. Oh, see all that water? I'm gonna have to empty some more out. It's all the way to the top. If you can see it. I'm gonna do that. Alright, we're done boiling. I'm just gonna put them on the towel to dry. We're supposed to let it sit for like 24 hours. And then we're supposed to be able to take the ring off, because you can store it without the ring on there. I'll show you here in a second. There's my little doggo. What you doing, kiddo? What you doing? Following me around? Oops. Kiddo. Now, like I said, you'll hear him pop every so often. Oh! I don't know if you caught that. It popped. This is one I did yesterday. See, there's no, remember I was telling you, you won't hear that noise. It's flat. And they say you could take this off, the ring, and then just store it without the ring. Which I'm not gonna, you don't want to lift it up, obviously. You'll break the seal. I don't know. I like to store it with the ring. I guess maybe you don't because you can reuse the ring, but whatever. I'm gonna keep the ring on it. And that's it. Once these are dry and all the little thingies pops, I'll write the date on there like I did on this one. And you can keep it for a long time like this. Probably at least a year, I'd say, but I'll be going through all these before then. I'm gonna share this little thing. I'll put like an Amazon link in there for this. It's a little trivet. You put your hot pans on it. I love this little thing. It comes in like a pack of 4, I think. I don't know. They're pretty cool. So that's it. If anybody has any other canning ideas or tips, I'll take them because like I said, I'm not a pro. I'm learning as I go, and I just thought I'd share with others what I've been doing. All right, thanks.